Why are the people of Scandinavia among the happiest in the world? Year after year, countries like Finland, Denmark, Sweden, and sometimes Norway top the global rankings for happiness. But how is that possible? It's cold, it's dark half the year, and everything is expensive. So, what's the secret? Let's take a deeper look. First, we need to understand what happiness actually means in this context. It's not about smiling all the time or constantly feeling joy. It's about life satisfaction, feeling secure, having trust in your surroundings, and knowing that if something goes wrong, you won't fall. And that's where Scandinavia excels. Let's start with the welfare state. Yes, taxes are high, but people get a lot in return. In Denmark, a university student gets paid to study. In Sweden, childcare is nearly free. In Norway, healthcare is universal, no matter your income. Imagine living in a country where you can lose your job and not worry about affording rent or seeing a doctor or sending your kids to school. That's the kind of safety net that reduces anxiety and boosts mental well-being. It's not about making people dependent, it's about giving them a foundation so they can stand on their own. Now think about work-life balance. In the US or the UK, working overtime is often celebrated. Burnout is almost a badge of honor. But in Scandinavia, leaving work on time is normal. In fact, staying late might raise eyebrows. The average work week in Denmark is just over 37 hours. In Sweden, many companies offer flexible hours or even 6-hour workdays in some sectors. And after work, you disconnect. Time with family, friends, nature, that's protected. People don't live to work, they work to live. And what about trust? Scandinavian societies have very low levels of corruption. In surveys, most citizens say they trust their government, their police, even each other. Think about it. When you leave your stroller outside a cafe in Oslo with your baby inside and go in for coffee, that's not neglect, it's normal because people feel safe. This kind of social trust creates a society where people cooperate more, stress less, and feel more connected. There's also something subtle but powerful: equality. In Sweden, CEOs don't earn hundreds of times more than their employees. In Denmark, schools are largely public, and elite private institutions are rare. Social status matters less. And humility is a cultural value. There's even a name for it, the law of Jante. It's a set of unwritten rules in Nordic culture that says, don't think you're better than anyone else. It might sound harsh, but it creates a sense of equality and togetherness. Now let's talk culture. Scandinavians are not overly expressive. They don't smile at strangers for no reason. They might seem cold at first. But beneath that reserved surface, there's depth. Relationships are built slowly. But once you're in for life. And there are unique lifestyle concepts that shape everyday happiness. In Sweden, there's fika, a daily coffee break with pastries, friends, and no rush. In Denmark, there's hygge, the art of creating coziness, candles, soft lighting, warm blankets, quiet moments. In Finland, there's sisu, a kind of mental strength, perseverance through hardship. These aren't just trends, they're values, rooted in everyday life. Another key factor: nature. Scandinavians are deeply connected to the outdoors. In Norway, there's friluftsliv, literally open-air life. Spending time in forests, hiking in the mountains, swimming in lakes, even in winter. Cities are built with access to green space, and it's not a luxury. It's a right. And studies show regular time in nature reduces depression, improves focus, and boosts long-term happiness. Now, let's be honest, it's not perfect. Scandinavian countries face dark winters, sometimes with only a few hours of daylight. That can lead to seasonal depression. The cost of living is high. A beer in Oslo, easily $10. Rent in Stockholm or Copenhagen, as high as London or Paris. And despite the happiness rankings, Scandinavia has high antidepressant use. It may be that people are more willing to seek help, or that emotional restraint hides deeper struggles. So, yes, there's a darker side too. But here's the thing, despite these challenges, people still report high life satisfaction. Why? Because they feel supported, they feel safe, they feel part of something bigger than themselves. And that's a rare thing in today's world. So, what can we learn from Scandinavia? That happiness isn't just about being rich or productive or successful. It's about balance. It's about community. It's about building systems and cultures that care. Maybe we don't need to chase happiness constantly. Maybe we just need to create the conditions where it can grow. And maybe, just maybe, Scandinavians aren't the happiest because they're always smiling. Maybe they're happy because they've stopped chasing happiness. They've focused on what truly matters, and that might be the real secret. Let us know in the comments, and don't forget